I'm Julie MERRILEES, Visitor Centre Manager for an organisation called the Scottish Seabird Centre. This is a 5-star Scottish visitor attraction and registered charity. Effectively what the business does is it has live cameras out on the islands of the Firth of Forth, and they beam live images of the wildlife and the habitat back into the visitor attraction. The customer then has the wonderful opportunity of visiting these live animals at their fingertips. They are allowed to move the cameras and they can see the wildlife in its natural habitat without disturbing the habitat. The business developed effectively as a seabird centre for seabird lovers, and effectively was built for around about 50,000 visitors each year. We are now welcoming over 300,000 visitors, so it's become quite a challenge for us. It's also diversified away from just seagulls and seabirds. We now have seals and lots of different types of wildlife. Well, there's several different things we do. We obviously listen to our customers, our staff, our managers, so we ensure that the customer services is working towards making sure the product is correct. But also we look at the industry, the trends. It's great that Visit Scotland and organisations like that can provide us with information, and some of the universities can provide us with information. And what we tend to do is obviously try and keep ahead of the trends. And we're in a very, I think, we're quite lucky to be in an organisation whereby wildlife is quite, it's quite a new and exciting, a popular kind of attraction to come and visit. So. I mean, I think a lot of the intelligence coming back was looking at the fact that previously our USP was our intelligence with regard to IT. We were the first people to look at these interactive cameras. We were the first sort of organisation to have these Big Brother style cameras coming back into the attraction that people could come and visit. But of course, what's happened as IT develops so quickly, the customers want more and more. So the information that we were gaining was we had to just keep the hunger that they had, we had to keep developing. So effectively what we're having to do is we're having to do things like underwater cameras now, we're having to go into puffin burrows, and it's really trying to keep ahead of what the customer intelligence is telling us. We started off gaining all our information manually from our customers. We were having to wait perhaps some time for Visit Scotland to be able to produce some of the figures that they were able to supply to us. So I think Tourism Intelligence Scotland is it's going to be such a great sort of product for us to be able to delve into whenever we want. The website's going to be there for us, and there seems to be lots of different products that they're able to pull together for us, and it will make it a lot clearer and a lot more easily accessible, I think, for lots of Scottish organisations. I think the biggest challenge for us is keeping ahead of it. We're looking at, for example, changes in customers in this day and age want more value for their money. This is what's coming through, and therefore they're wanting more of an experience rather than pay your money and leave. So effectively what we've had to do is we've had to take our attraction and we've had to build on different experiences for the customer, not just within the attraction itself, the customer interaction, the engagement, but we've had to actually look at our customers want us to take them from the attraction and take them out to the islands, take them out to the wildlife. So we've had to create a new business in boat trips. We have sole landing rights on the Bass Rock, etc. So there's a lot of business from the market intelligence that we've had to create to satisfy the customer demand. I think today's event is really inspiring because it gives you the time away from your workplace to be able to say, are we doing the right thing? Are we collecting the right information? Luckily, it's been able to give me ideas about how I'm going to perhaps use Tourism Intelligence Scotland more effectively in the future, because our current survey is, say, an online survey that it's relatively new to us as a small charity. So I think it's going to be really helpful, give us global trends and be able to give it in a more timely manner for us. Top tips, I think, is listening to the customers, because they and your staff and being able to identify where you need to make improvements, you need to be one step ahead of them. And of course, looking at your competition, you can't, no matter whether you've got 5 stars and you've got gold awards, to sustain that, you really have to, you have to be able to keep one step ahead.